LOZ, we gotta bring it out. Wake up the lost sheep. Yeah, hey, 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 yeah. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey, yeah. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. LOZ, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey, yeah. Bring it out. LOZ. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. We gotta wake up the sheep. My people falling asleep. We got a show now, we put in that work in and we put the work in the streets. We tryna build up the nation, we patient, my people been facing defeat. We teaching repentance, we deep in them trenches, you know that we bringing the heat. We battling demons like every day, waking up all the people, we set them straight. Keep our head in them scriptures, we meditate, all in the truth, I can't back down and hesitate. All praise to the Most High, with it no cosign, with it keep the law, we gon' levitate. We them Jews, there ain't no lies, with it that we won't die, with it for the truth, I'm a heavyweight. We live in this spiritual warfare, we all gotta gather together, we do that, then we got the nations in warfare. We a separate nation, no explanation. My people, they need to listen. Crunch time, yeah, time is ticking. But the truth, I'm a servant, no stopping, we working. Just hoping my people gon' see the mission. So we gotta bring it out. Bring that 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 out. I say them Hebrews gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. All of our soldiers amazing. All of our captains be leading. LOZ bringing that light, shining on what we're achieving. Wake up the people that's sleeping. Wake up that nation like coffee. Wake up and take up your cross beat. Hold up, Pastor, man, you lost me. You still be teaching at Christmas? I'm sure that you know that it's pagan. Look how we packing the prisons, blatantly destroying our nation. Single parent home is definitely becoming our swag. Then we send our children through the same system, pledging their allegiance to flags. Bring that out. 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 Bring it out. Bring that out. I say them. Bring that out. Bring that out. Bring that out. Bring that out. I say them Hebrews gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Hey, do that again. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. Ken. Bring that out. 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 I say them Hebrews gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. All of our soldiers amazing. All of our captains be leading. LOZ bringing that light, shining on what we're achieving. Wake up the people that's sleeping. Wake up that nation like coffee. Wake up and take up your cross beat. Hold up, Pastor, man, you lost me. You still be teaching at Christmas? I'm sure that you know that it's pagan.
Esau done struck again. You know, we done had a little situation, and we got to bring it out. We got to bring it to the forefront, right? Because this is something that's been reoccurring. You know, this isn't a new situation. This is something that happens. There's, you know, as the scriptures say, there's nothing new under the sun, right? Esau being wicked, you know, Esau showing his perpetual hatred for Jacob, right? We had the situation in Buffalo, New York, right?
Right, Buffalo, New York.
Situation in Buffalo, New York, right? We had the young Edomite, right? Ain't got nothing better to do. I guess he decides to jump in the car, drive 200 miles.
When he did, it was on a Sunday, right? Or Saturday, Friday?
I'm not sure. I believe it was a Saturday. I'm not sure.
He really could have been eating his mama's raisin and potato salad,
Yeah.
uncooked chicken. You feel me?
God,
But
God, raw ground beef like they do, you know. But yeah. So the wicked Edomite doing what he does, decided to travel 200 plus miles, And so here's the thing, right? They said it was they trying to say. Well, I saw on a news report, one of the reporters mentioned mental illness. But you got to have a pretty sound mind to make your mind up, first and foremost, to get dressed, to make the decision to go there. Get dressed, right? And the reports say that he scouted the place out. But he got dressed. This man put on body armor. He had messages written on the gun, right? Here's your reparations, right? He had all kinds of different messages he wrote down on his gun. He jotted down on the AR, right? I believe that's what he had. It was some sort of semi-automatic weapon or fully automatic. I don't know. And not only that, this man put a GoPro on the top of the helmet. So this is like what's that? Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
This man was playing real life Call of Duty. It was a big game to him, right? So he does all of these things. He jumps in his vehicle. And he drives to a specific location where he knew Jake would be, where he knew so-called blacks and Hispanics would be at. He specifically targeted this area, right, to carry out his wickedness. And the reporter has the nerve to say mental illness. I think he had a sound mind. He knew exactly what he was doing, right? But this is the wickedness that we have to deal with. This is the condition of the battle, as Sirach says. Right? This is the condition of the battle, right? Because it's spiritual warfare. It's not just spiritual, obviously. I mean, it's spiritual in this, but it affects the flesh too, obviously, because he went and he killed a bunch of people. If you watch the video, we had an opportunity to watch a raw, unedited video. It was gruesome. This man shot and killed people with no prejudice. As soon as he jumped out the car, he shot a lady in the head. She just killed right over. Shooting people in the parking lot. And here's my thing. How is it that this guy can get himself prepared in his house? I know he's 18. He lived with his parents, right? So because my son cannot get dressed and walk out the house with body armor and an AK-47, and I'm not gonna say something. I'm not gonna notice. It's just not gonna happen, right? So how is it that he can leave his home? He can prepare himself, leave his home without nobody seeing him walk to the car, nobody seeing him get ready when he was getting ready to leave the house. None of that. There was no type of interaction between him and his parents. I'm assuming. Obviously, we gotta wait for those, for this information to come out. But Esau, he gonna allow this Edomite to sit in jail for a few months, get his counsel together, right? Jake, they gonna throw him on trial right away, right? And send him right up the river. But they're gonna allow Esau to get his lawyers, right? Get everything in order. Make sure he's got his statements right. Make sure he's got his, right? They sit up there and they call this man an 18-year-old teenager. But there was another report. I forget who it was. Michael Brown. They call him an 18-year-old man or adult. Because I saw the two reports sitting right next to each other. It was a comparison. And they call him the Edomite an 18-year-old teenager, but they call Michael Brown an 18-year-old man or adult, right? This is how they look at us, and this is how they look at their own people, right? A lot of people I've heard a lot of people say what do they say the law is like bleach. It's not for colors, right? It's not for so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. The laws of the land are for those that conquered the land. It's not for us, right? So we're going to get into it today, all right? We're going to get into it. We're going to break this thing down, right? Because we got to figure out, when are we going to wake up as a nation? We got to figure out what are we going to do to be prepared for this, right?
When is enough is enough?
When is enough enough? I guarantee you in the next week or so, you're going to see a march. You're going to see, no justice, no peace. You may see a few rallies. I mean, it's the same thing over and over and over, right? You may see, and then I can almost guarantee you're gonna see somebody hugging an Edomite talking about we forgive you, because this is the destruction of our people, right? We've seen this countless times. So it's almost scripted to the point where you know exactly how we're gonna respond to a situation like this, right? You ain't gonna have none of these so-called gangsters, right, retaliating, doing anything. You're not gonna see nothing like that, right? All these wicked Negroes that call themselves being in gangs, quick to kill their own brother, but they'll never turn around and do something, in retaliation for what happens to our own people.
And what you said right there is powerful, because I have a scripture. When I was actually in the car, I was actually thinking about this, because when you look at when a fellow Israelite do wrong to a fellow Israelite, right? That's a crime. That's a crime. There's trial. You go to jail. Mm-hmm. But if somebody from another nation continue killing somebody else from another nation, that is an act of war.
That's an act of war.
That's what that is, an act of war. Mm-hmm. The fact that they continue killing us shows they have no respect for us as a nation of people. They have no regard for our lives as people. Mm-hmm. You understand? This is strictly an act of war. So give me the book of Judges real quick. Let's get Colossians 3:17 real quick.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3.
Uh-huh.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the power and the Abba by him.
Right. So give me Judges 1 and 2. This is something we used to do back in the days, and I'm not gonna lie, it hit me heavy. I think this is a heavy scripture, because in the ancient times, when we was ready to go to war, we gathered ourselves together. We got 10,000 men from this tribe, 20,000 men from this tribe, 5,000 men from this tribe. We sat down, we gave our offerings to the Most High. We prayed for counsel of the Most High. We chose who's going to lead the men, and then we went out to go kill these heathens. We went to go put our boots in their mouth. Mm-hmm. So let's read that scripture real quick.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 1 and verse 2.
Read.
And the Most High said, Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand.
Read.
And Judah said unto Simeon,
Wait, no. Did Judah go by himself?
La'ah.
What did it say?
And Judah said unto Simeon.
And Judah said to his brother and Simeon,
his brother,
right?
Come up with me into my lot, that
Read.
we may fight against the Canaanites.
So this is what we did when we was going in to conquer the land of Israel. Mm-hmm. So in reality, if we was a righteous people, a righteous nature, let's say this did happen, because I believe America's where predominantly the Gadites, the Reubenites, and the Judites are. And we see continually the so-called white men continue oppressing our brothers from this tribe. If we was under righteous rulership with a right common sense of mind as a people, we shall all the 12 tribes chiefs shall came together and say to themselves, who's going to go up with the tribe of Judah to go smite this little cracker before he get locked up? That's what we should have done as a people. But what do you see Jake doing? Jake is crying. Drake is recording, because I seen the video. They were recording. Has his cracker, like y'all say, cracker, right? Is getting locked up and getting sent away by the police. In reality, somebody took the bullet and tackled that cracker and choke him out. That's in reality. But our people, we're quick to destroy one another. But when we have a homeborn raw piece of chicken terrorist like this, we don't want to do nothing. We don't want to do nothing. But like you said, we all gangsters and thugs, or I'll air this out. That's what they tell us at camp, right? Mm-hmm. But I know if a cracker did that to me, I know my Judite brothers, my Benjamite brothers, and my Ephraimite brothers would have seen that cracker.
We're going to spin the block.
They wanted to spin the whip with the frankincense burning in the car. But, go ahead, Castle.
I mean, we're going to wait for the Most High. Obviously, we're going to wait for the Most High. But when that time comes, it's going to be righteous. And we will spin the block, because that's what the Most High is going to allow us to do.
That's what the scriptures say, right?
That's right. So, it's a situation where, again, like I said, this is a perpetual behavior of our people, being caught up in what is it called? Not PTSD. What is it called? Stockholm syndrome. Right? We love our oppressor. You're gonna see. I can almost guarantee you're gonna see Jake hugging on Esau, talking about they forgive him. But the scriptures don't say that. The scriptures say there's a time for hate. There's a time to kill. There is a time for recompense, right? So we gotta get into these scriptures as a nation, because the scriptures tell us that we supposed to love our brothers, right? Love our sisters. And we so quick as a nation to persecute our brothers and sisters. We get brothers that pull up on us and talk about they finna air it out because we reading the Bible, but they're not offended at an Edomite shooting up all they elders and stuff like that in the grocery store. You should be outraged. You shouldn't be hugging nobody. You should be saying, you know what, we need to separate from these people. You know, the scriptures talk about separation all the way through. So we shouldn't be trying to assimilate with these people. These people hate us, and you don't have to guess, right? That's why I'm so offended when I see when I see like our sisters with them or our brothers with them, holding hands and at this point in time, with all
you have our brothers in the truth and our sisters in the truth, trying to give these undomesticated animals salvation, talking about these people are our brother. A brother, Captain Zamar is my brother. He don't shoot me.
Right.
He don't shoot me down the street. We go out to brunch. We send up the prayers to the Most High. We go to the Passover. But that's my brother, and he does not shoot me.
Right.
These animals is not our brothers.
Right.
Because they show us they're not for us. They continue showing us this, I
mean, and that's the thing. Like, where's the breakdown in understanding to not realize that, there's no camaraderie between us. The scriptures talk about, they come to us with smooth words. What's that, Isaiah 55?
Psalms 55.
Psalms 55. So, let me get that, right? Because this is the same thing. What's that Edomite? Dylan Roof? Mm-hmm. He went up into the church, right? Speaking smooth words, acting nice, acting like he loves us.
Probably caught the Holy Spirit in there too with them.
He probably did the whole jig and LaShonda about 100, babbling, talking in tongues and all that other stuff, right? And then pulled out the Glock and just got the busting, right? And our people can be so gullible. You got to remember, the scriptures talk about us still being in the land of our captivity. We are still here. We didn't ask to come here, right? We're still in captivity. For us, and I've spoken to brothers and sisters, and a lot of them don't even realize it. A lot of them think, I make a few dollars. I got a nice car. I make a good amount of money at my job. My kids go to private school. I got a little house. I can go on vacation whenever I want to. I'm living. You is not living. You are not living. And these people do not like you. They show you every day. Even at my job, I don't want to get too deep into it, but even at my job, in my career, I deal with patients. And I'm in the medical/dental field, so I deal with patients. And I've had Edomites straight up tell me to my face, I don't want you touching me. I hadn't done anything to them. I'm just at my job making my money doing my job. And they tell me straight to my face, I don't want you touching me. And I'm like, great. I'm going to go take a break.
Sure. You won't smell like no cocaine and cigarettes. That's right.
And dog. Right? So, I don't know how our people so easily fooled about, who's for us and who's not for us. But history should be proof enough that, they're just not for us. You got that script?
Come.
Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. Mm-hmm. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Right, because we had, that we were at peace with them. That's the thing about us. We're a peaceful people naturally, right? So his words were smoother than butter. This same slick talk came when they came to America, right? And they wooed our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters, right? Making them thinking everything was cool, talking about treaties and teach us how to grow corn and all this other stuff. Next thing you know, they massacring our people, right? So those smooth words, they've been doing that forever. They still do it. They call Democrats, right? The other ones that don't speak smooth, those are Republicans. But, we don't get into none of that regardless. But, our people get wooed by that stuff. You get somebody in office and they talking about, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. How is somebody going to tell you that and you still going to vote for them? How ignorant are you?
Right.
What kind of a coon are you to feel like, dang, he said something. That man got bars. I'm going to go vote for him. You are foolish. You are foolish. Right? They talking about the first black president and Obama was a damn Canaanite. Ask Michael Blackson if he's the same as Wesley Snipes. Ask him if they the same people. He'll tell you straight up, no, we are not the same. So stop thinking you African and Egyptian and all this other stuff because you think it's cool. It's not. Right? Continue on.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
What was in his heart?
War was in his heart.
War has always been in Esau's heart. They don't need a reason to go to war. They can wake up and get an itch behind their left ear, and they're going to go kill somebody. This is their nature. And we have to accept it. For me, it's not hard to accept. All I got to do is open a history book. All I got to do is turn on a few movies. Right? They document this stuff. They commemorate this stuff. Our people celebrate it. Right? 4th of July, we was in slavery. This was their independence. It had nothing to do with us. Right? So we really truly as a people, we have to wake up. We got to understand that our salvation is coming from the Most High. Right? By way of Yahushua. That's where our help is going to come from. That's how we're going to get back into rulership. You know, we go out on the highways and byways, you know, every Shabbat. And we're out there and we're telling our people, you're the greatest thing on the planet. You're God's chosen people. And they buck up against us. How can you have any sort of negative or take that in some sort of negative way when somebody's telling you you're the greatest thing on the planet?
Right.
What is going on in your mind that you feel you have to reject that, or that's something negative, or your first thought is somebody else that doesn't look like you? How is that your first thought? That lets you know right there, there's some serious damage, right, that has been done. Generation after generation after generation of mental destruction, physical and then mental destruction of our people, right? And it's trickled down from generation to generation throughout the whole family. And this is why you got, you know, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion. This is why you have, you know, Bobby Shmurda and
Meek Mill
and all, you
Lil
know,
Baby, the baby.
right? And you know, when you go into it, rap music, hip hop music it generates more money than just about any other sort of entertainment there is, right? And when you break it down to the core of what it is, all it is rhetoric in regards to the destruction of our people. I hate my baby mama. I hate my baby daddy. You can keep the kids.
Big Birkin bag.
Big Birkin bag. Abortion, right? Go get the bag. Kill the ops, right? All this crazy stuff that you hear, right? It's the destruction of our people. Esau don't do it. Amalek don't do it. Moab don't do it, right? Ammon don't do it. None of these other nations do that. But everybody profits from our destruction. And the world calls it entertainment. It's entertaining to see the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans destroy ourselves. This is entertainment, right? And now, on the other hand, what we doing? We running, jumping, shooting the ball, dunking it, or running for a touchdown. That's what
we still trying to be entertained. We're trying to be their clown still. Yeah. Now, you know, there's some of our people that may say, you know, they're harsh. Why are they getting on the white man so harshly, right? Now, let's get Proverbs 11:1 real quick. I actually wanted to do this. Let's get Proverbs 11:1 because we're fair. Unlike Christians, we're fair. Unlike Catholics and Methodists and Seventh-day disadvantages, we're fair. We're fair brothers. You know, we're fair in the truth. So read that for me real quick. Proverbs 11:1. We're going to do something.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Most High, but a just weight is his delight.
So we're going to weigh everything on the scale. We're going to examine it through the scriptures. Because the scriptures say the saints should judge the world, all right? We're the ones that's going to govern the whole earth one day. We're going to see how God wants us to judge this matter, right? Let's get Exodus 21 and 14. Let's get Exodus 21 and 14. Because we see what the brother, I'm about to say the brother. We see what this devil, this beast did. He had a premeditated murder. He drove 200 miles, am I correct? To go murder innocent Israelites that did not do not a thing to him. Right? So we're going to see something.
And the worst thing about it was, like I said, he murdered Israelites with no prejudice. He didn't care if they were young or old. It didn't matter. He was just unloading. This is a book of this is a book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 14.
Uh-huh.
But if a man come presumptuously,
Now, Salakia, Captain, it says presumptuously here, but I actually want to read it in the NLT, right? It'll make it easier, so easy for us to get this. The book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 14. However, if someone deliberately kills another person, that means premeditated, you know what you was going to do, you know how you was going to do it, and when you was going to do it, then the slayer must be dragged even from our altar and be put to death. It's very simple. You can read it in the KJV.
Righteous judgment.
You can read it from the KJV.
This is what it says in the KJV. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 14. But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from mine altar that he may die.
Is it not with that raccoon, that beast, that trailer trash did? He presumptuously slayed and murdered our people. Right? Go up to verse 12. Let's see what verse 12 says.
Verse 12. He that smiteth a man so that he die.
That he what?
So that he die.
You murder somebody, read.
Shall be surely put to death.
So if he wanted to make it right, Terrence Williams is in the spirit. He needs to be put to death. He needs to be dragged, stripped, beat, and then put to death. While we playing some of his favorite music, rock and roll. How we doing it? So under the orders of the Most High God, like, America says, in God we trust. He should have been put to death. That's the only way he can make it good.
Right.
That's the only way. When you steal, you make it good by giving double or adding, like, I believe, times it by 5. Right? When you damage somebody's goods, you replace the goods. But when you murder somebody, you make it good by you not being on earth no more.
That's right.
That's the only way. Because how does the Most High feel about it? How do we think the Most High feel about it? Because some of our people, they want to sympathize for these devils, but they showed us nothing but love.
Hey, you know what
they showed us nothing but hate, Salakia.
So you know what the word in sympathize I just heard? They want to simp. They want to simp for these other nations, right? It's all kinds of simping going on, right? You want to simp for the other nations. You want to feel sorry for them. You want to forgive them. Where's the forgiveness? Where's the forgiveness, right? When Tyrone shoots John, and then John cousin Ray pull up and he spin the block and he killed Tyrone, right? And then Tyrone cousin Mookie get up and he trying to kill Ray. Where's the mercy then? Where is it? You don't see that. But when it comes to Esau, case in point, Amber Geiger, right?
Right.
You had the Edomite. First of all, oh my gosh, bro. When I think about this, I get furious. The Eve brushing this woman's hair, like.
I remember that. I don't believe they had to have paid them. They had to have cut them a check.
That literally infuriates me. I can't stand that. Why are you brushing this with this? You know, you probably got lice all over your arm now from brushing her hair. What is wrong with you? And you got, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started.
And the brother, he was crying, right? He said, no. The dad said, I would like to be your friend or something like that. Isn't that what he said?
Man, listen. They need to be stoned right along with him. If you are sympathizing with the person that kills your loved one, you need to be stoned. You need to be put to death. You a waste of skin. Cause that's insane. Cause you will never see Jake have that type of love and compassion for his own people.
That's right.
It does not happen. I've never seen a press conference where it was black on black crime and the mother or the father got up on the microphone and said, I forgive them. You only see that when it's the other nation. That's it. Oh, I forgive them. We got to love everybody. We got to forgive. That just goes to show, this whole depiction of Yahushua being a white man, right? It's worked. They did a great job. Esau did a bang up job, man. Round of applause to them. They gonna get it, but they did. Hey, listen, they did a hell of a job because our people are destroyed. They deserve a Nobel Peace Prize for being the biggest devil. They need an Oscar, a Grammy, and all that because they did that because we are destroyed. We are destroyed. I was, occasionally I'll go out, go to brunch or something like that, right? I happen to be out to brunch, and what I saw,
I've never seen something like that before in my life. In my 26 years of my life, I've never seen something like this in my life.
Such debauchery. I seen sisters, right? Like, I can't even. They was just wow, just like on another level. Just I can't even really describe it because it's too explicit. And I'm like, this is supposed to be an upstanding establishment. They playing a little bit of music, and our sisters acting like animals because the song come on. And
They're on the walls. They're on the couch.
I seen a girl
They're upside down on the table.
Upside down.
Oh my gosh.
Legs in the air, and I'm like,
And you have the brothers like you know them old school, those old country when they play in the banjos, they get like this, like this. I'm like, what's going on, man? And we supposed to, you think the nation's supposed to respect us when we moving like this? Come on, man.
Right. So I mean, a spectacle. It was. I was ashamed. I can't even lie. I was like, yo, I gotta go. This is not for me. This is not my type of environment. Anyhow, back to this wicked Edomite. So, Israel, we got to get it together. The scriptures tell it. Let me get Leviticus 19:17. Let's get some milk. Just basic stuff, right? This one particular scripture right here will change so much in our nation if we just follow this. Just one scripture. Got it?
Matter of fact, I'm going to start from verse 16 for you, but I'm going to start from verse 16 in the NLT, though. Let me go straight to 17. There's a reason why I'm going to go there for you. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 16. Do not spread slanderous gossip among your people. That's not the point. Mm-hmm. But do not stand idly by when your neighbor's life is threatened. I am Yahweh.
There you go.
Con, you go ahead first. And then
you can't stand idly by when your neighbor is in danger, right? If you happen to see a Edomite or some other nation doing something wrong to your brother or to your sister, if you pull out your phone and record instead of jumping in and making sure your brother or your sister is safe, you should be put to death.
You a traitor.
Yeah. That in the military, if there is a time of war and you fall asleep on duty or you abandon your duty station, right? They can kill you. And this is and you become it's like you're a traitor. You've betrayed your own people, and that's exactly what happens when you stand by and you allow something to happen to your brother or your sister, some sort of wickedness.
When we look at this law, right, the Most High didn't say if you like him or if you like her.
Bring it out.
Or we're in good standings.
Bring it out.
Or, he didn't say that. He said if you see something going on with your fellow Israelite, you cannot stand around and act stupid like you don't see something going on with your neighbor. You go and help your fellow Israelite brother or sister. I remember I said this last week, Sunday, I think, right? I don't believe in fighting fair. I think I told you that this Sunday. Yeah. I don't believe in fighting fair.
God.
I never did in the world, to be honest. I don't fight. I don't believe in fighting fair. You understand? And I'm definitely going to keep that with me in the truth. If I see somebody doing harm to my fellow Israelite brother, Captain Jamar could tell me he got it, he want the one-on-one, but the minute he hit that cracker, I'm going to come in and hit him too. I'm going to come in because there's no rules in war. Just like when he went to go shoot at that supermarket, why didn't he go in with barehanded so it could be even Steven?
Right.
Because he know Jake why knocked the country boy redneck out of him. If he did that,
it wouldn't have been nothing.
But let me continue verse 17 for you. Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and suffer not sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
That's right. So if you love your neighbor as yourself, right, you are going to correct your brother. You're going to be like, bro, what you doing? You cannot do that, right? You can't do that. Stop that, right? Even if you got to throw hands. And that's the type of love the Most High wants us to have for each other. You got to go at heart for your brother or your sister when you see them going off. Right? You have to do that. We can't allow our brothers and sisters to be in sin. We can't allow somebody to do something negative to our brothers and sisters. We got to be on point, right? That means we got to be on point ourselves. We have to set the example, right? We can't be hypocrites. We got to talk the talk and walk the walk.
That's right.
You got to do it all the way. It's a full circle. You can't halfway it, right? So, how many more times are we going to allow this to happen? How many more times are we going to allow one of the other nations to come into our neighborhoods? I'm already on alert when I see them, right? I live amongst our people. And it doesn't matter how much money I get. I don't think I'll ever move away from our people because I love our people, right? But how many more times are we going to allow these other nations to come into our neighborhoods, come into our residences, right? And just murder us? Everybody got guns. There's nothing wrong with defending yourself. There's nothing wrong with defending your people. When are we going to... It's like this. The same way Esau is when they see us, how they women grab their purses, or how they, they start looking at you funny when you in their neighborhoods or when you in their area. We should be doing the same thing. Why is that? Because right now, they're committing all the offenses. I mean, they have been forever, but currently they're committing all the offenses. Right? They got a consistent track record, shooting up schools, shooting up grocery stores. Right? This is what they do. So we should treat them the same way they treat us. When they come around us, we got to look at them and make them feel uncomfortable. Look at them and let them know, listen, we looking at you. You look suspicious.
Kind.
You look like you about to commit a crime.
I got a precept for you, too.
Bring it out.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 4. This is my great uncle right here. Judas Maccabees.
God.
In his acts, he was like a lion, and like a lion's whelp roaring for his prey. For he pursued the wicked and sought them out.
Right.
And burnt up those that vexed his people.
Right? And that's righteousness. That's righteousness. Right? We got to be on alert. We got to be, we got to be circumspect. We got to be on alert. We got to know that our enemy is always around us. We're in their backyard, right? This ain't our house. This their house, right? They run everything. They make the rules and they break the rules. So we got to be smart. We got to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove.
That's right.
Right? We got to be on point. We got to make sure all of our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed. And we got to make sure we're on point because you never know what's going to happen. And the only time our people get on alert is when something happens, right? Something happens, and then a couple months go by, and somebody, Young Thug drops an album, and Will Smith slaps somebody, and then we lull back to sleep, right? The playoffs come, Super Bowl comes, something like that, and our people just sleep all over again, right? So we got to always be watching. The scriptures say that. We got to always keep our eyes open. We got to, like, as we say in the streets, keep our head on the swivel. Because there ain't no telling when they're going to do what they're going to do. And when Esau do it, they do it big. Because that was big. Right? So, we got to make sure that we on point at all times. We have to communicate with each other. Right? We got to get into these scriptures and come back to righteousness, which is really the key. Because our people are so separated. Right? We got Egyptologists and we got, Baptists and Seventh-day Adventists, and you got Buddhists, and our people want to get themselves involved in all these different religions and philosophies and all these other things, and that's why there's no cohesiveness with us as a people, because everybody's moving under a different doctrine, right? But there's only one truth. There's only one truth. So until we get on one accord, Esau's always going to be able to get over on us. Right? Ishmael, Ammon, they always going to be able to do something like this and get away with it. I think, what's his name, Derek Chauvin? I think he now just is petitioning to overturn his judgment. And what's going to happen? 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to get out. He's probably going to win.
Listen, I want to see who's the realest niggas in the hood now. If they let him free, I want to see who's the real nigga now. Who's the shooter?
Listen, we don't have it. Ain't none.
Yeah,
you know why?
See now.
Look, Zimmerman's still walking around.
Right.
It ain't none. Being a real nigga, I have no respect for you. I have no respect for none of these rappers. I have no respect for a lot of these athletes. Just because you making a few $1 million, you got a big house and nice cars, you be on commercials, and you got a shoe, you ain't doing nothing for the people. And I'm tired of our people using or allowing athletes and entertainers to be spokespeople I don't need you representing me.
You
because
represent the basketball court.
Huh? Represent the basketball court. You dribble the ball and shut up. I'm telling you that. Because unless you moving in righteousness, you wicked just like the rest of the nations. And until you wake up and become circumcised, right, and keep these law, statutes, and commandments, you just another nigga. Because before I came into the truth, the Most High blessed me and woke me up. I was just another nigga too, right? So we ain't no different, except for the Most High decided to wake us up. And that's what we out here trying to do, wake our people up. We bringing that out.
Like Captain Karras said before we about to go into music intermission, we want it back in blood. We want blood reparations.
We want blood reparations.
That's what we
Don't make us pull up and drop shit.
Huh.
OTS, you can't
Bring
stop
that
shit.
out.
You know this land was stolen from us, God gon' get it back in blood. Jeremiah 51:20, I'm loading up these slugs. Every time a cracker kill us, they sweep it under the rug. We them Israelites and some of us was crippin', some was blood. I ain't tryna glorify it, that's just simply what it was. I've been going through it ever since I was a jitterbug. Grew up on Section 8 EBTs while crackers oppressing us. We running down on each other like why we do they job for them. Don't make us pull up and drop shit. OTS, you can't stop shit. You know this land was stolen from us, God gon' get it back in blood. Jeremiah 51:20, I'm loading up these slugs. Every time a cracker kill us, they sweep it under the rug. We them Israelites and some of us was crippin', some was blood. I ain't tryna glorify it, that's just simply what it was. I've been going through it ever since I was a jitterbug. Grew up on Section 8 EBTs while crackers oppressing us. We running down on each other like why we do they job for them. Then we locked up looking at them for help, niggas looking dumb. Brothers numb to the pain on all these pharmaceutical drugs. We gon' get it back in blood, yeah, how wish I come in and clutch. I pray Putin press the button even if I turn to dust. Pray before I go to sleep, glizzy right next to the bed. I know angels watch over me, but still got one in the head. Ain't no other way to say it, feel like Daniel in the den. I'm cool with lions, gorillas, but not no snake, man, that shit dead. Death to America, God gon' get it back in blood. Jeremiah 51:20, I'm loading up this drum. Holy dove, I'm from the slums, can't help this shit, it's in my blood. I'm like God play with my children, I'ma get it back in blood. Exodus 17:15, I wear navy blue and gold. You know a soldier never lacks my personal favorite stone. Understand how to be solitary, but I'm not alone. I might be in West Orlando or Fort Lauderdale with some zones. Niggas zones, 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 niggas zones.
COE made the track.
On my own, angels all around me. If you ain't righteous living, then keep around me. I'm up on this true knowledge, so they try to down me. I was in the lost and found, I'm just glad he found me. On my own, angels all around me. If you ain't righteous living, then keep around me. I'm up on this true knowledge, so they try to down me. I was in the lost and found, I'm just glad he found me. I'm strong on the Lord, got his power all around me. Armor on, wiles of the devil won't confound me. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities. Withstanding that evil day until eternity. Loins girded with truth, breastplate on righteously. Feet shod with the gospel. Peacefully above all, take the shield. Faithfully, fiery darts ain't even coming close to me. Helmet of salvation, sword, and the Lord of hosts with me. Prayer of supplication, watching closely. Open up my mouth boldly, because he made known the mystery. On my own, angels all around me. If you ain't righteous living, then keep around me. I'm up on this true knowledge, so they try to down me. I was in the lost and found, I'm just glad he found me. On my own, angels all around me. If you ain't righteous living, then keep around me. I'm up on this true knowledge, so they try to down me. I was in the lost and found, I'm just glad he found me. They can take the body, but they can't take the soul from me.
Hey. Yeah. Okay. See them kings on the block. I know you see them kings on the block. Bringing out the word in every spot. Bringing out the word in every spot. Yeah. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them prophets on them corners. 1611 got them on us. Spreading out this word like corona. Waking up our people out of comas. Yeah, this truth, they can't stop now. No matter what they do, we bring it out now. You come against the Lord, you'll be confounded. With that two-edged sword, you get chopped down. Hey, you see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it
way we
locked
pull
down.
up on them, they be thinking it's a drive-by. 40 soldiers creeping like a thief in the nighttime. Never leave my brother, if we rollin', we gon' all ride it. They ain't no greater love for my brother, my life up on the line. Hey, they gon' get this wisdom if we don't go out and teach them. Yashua, the prince of power, you heathens, it's just a remix. Bow down and kiss the ring, I'm picking slaves out for the kingdom. Son, let him know he be reaching. We'll be in these trenches teaching outside with them blickers.
Hey, you see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now.
Christ's mission ain't to conceal, it's strictly to be revealed. They asking me how I feel, I tell them let's keep it real. It's deadly out in the field, this mission can get you killed. Baptism is still the deal, therefore I must keep it trill. Still on it, on it. Let my still on that, on it. Gotta endure it to the end. Energize a bunny. Triple A, no Duracell. Gotta recharge for something. In Ecclesiastes, jury duty summons. Cause that's the whole duty of man. Y'all blurry, I'm focused. Bullseye on the target. Blessed to have a seat and I don't shop at Whole Foods Market. Hands is on the plow, looking back is not an option. Cause it can turn you stone cold. And I ain't talking Austin. We got linings to defend. And I was blessed with key to weed and now I'm Simba Biden. Got baptized, received the truth, had to drop my pride in. Was told welcome to the war, now here come the Titans. On that. Let money still on that. Christ's mission ain't to conceal, it's strictly to be revealed. They asking me how I feel, I tell them let's keep it real. It's deadly out in the field, this mission can get you killed. Baptism is still the deal, therefore I must keep it trill. Look, I'm still on it like a broken light switch. Still on it like your granny with a switch. Cause she ain't gon' spread the right, you gon' get whipped. And I ain't talking about cream, I shoot everything wrong. But people rather live fake, shoot collagen in their face, put silicone in their chest, and cupid shots in their boot. Men going both ways, effeminate in they waist, and sewing weaves today. I'm telling you, man, they fruit.
This time, y'all. Look, get one bag. Everybody, come on. Let's go. Go. Don't worry about where we going. Just follow me. Let's go. 144 miles and running. We on the move. We gon' hit the wilderness. I pray my people follow suit. When them people knock on your door, what you gon' do? Wrestle not against flesh, I got ops, I can't shoot.
You know Esau's
Look
the
around,
devil.
all your food and water, could you make it last?
Right now.
Shortages, that's the
What's your
uppercut.
fingers in
You
the
gon'
sky
take
if you know the white
jab
man's
and
the biggest
a line a
devil
couple
on the
miles
earth?
long just to pay for gas. Get to the pump, half a gallon, sorry, that's all we have. Prepare for it, this ain't the time to be paranoid. You blew the stimmy, why you ain't get a passport? You finessed it and you flipped it and you made some racks. Blue hunters, but they bout to do away with that. All digital, they manipulating these currencies. I'm about to turn the heat up to a 3rd degree. Family, the market's closer than we really think. 144 miles and running, we ain't gon' sit and wait. Smoking ashes, Babylon is gon' disintegrate. Yasharala gon' take the kingdom, that's what the scriptures say. 144 miles and running, Messiah's coming. When the saints come marching in, I pray you make that number.
Hallelujah. Family, please share the link. Get all your favorite Israelites that like to coon out. All the white man lovers to tune in because they got to explain why their brother, the white man, shot up that supermarket. Because earlier we said that it's in their spirit to be like that, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go into the beginning. We're going to look at something the Most High said about the conception of the first so-called white man, which is Esau. Because he's the father of the Edomites. That's what the scriptures say. So let's get Genesis. We get Genesis 25:21. We're gonna examine something about this terrorist, because he's been a terrorist since the scriptures. Since his birth, he's been a homeborn terrorist.
Right.
Let's get Genesis 25:21.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 21. Is your mic on? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 21.
Go ahead.
And Isaac entreated the Most High for his wife.
So this is during the time of Isaac, our forefather, when he was trying to get his wife pregnant because she was barren. Read.
Because she was barren.
Uh-huh.
And the Most High was entreated of him.
So the Most High hearkened. Read.
And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her.
The children what?
And the children struggled together within her.
So the children is in this woman's womb. They're struggling. They're fighting. There's 2 children in her womb. Read.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Why they're fighting? Isn't this a blessing? Read.
And she went to inquire of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And the Most High said unto her, 2 nations.
2 what?
2 nations.
2 friends.
2 nations.
Esau's your brother.
2 nations.
Read.
Are within thy womb.
So he said 2 nations are in the womb. Just like Shem, Ham, and Japheth was all in the womb of their mother, and Noah was their father, but they came out 3 different nations, 4 progenitors of nations. It's the same thing with Esau and Jacob. Read.
And 2 manner of people.
2 what?
2 manner of people.
So they're going to have 2 different personalities, 2 different mentalities. Read.
Shall be separated.
Shall be what?
Shall be separated.
No, equally.
Shall be separated.
Together.
Shall be separated.
We're brothers.
Shall be separated.
Separately, read.
From thy bowels.
Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger.
So pay attention. The scripture say the elder should serve the younger. Read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
So there was two children in her womb. Read.
And the first came out red.
The first came out what?
Red.
So the first came out red. Read.
All over,
right?
Like a hairy garment.
Like a hairy what?
Like a hairy garment.
So pay attention to this, because a lot of our people say that, try to manipulate this word red and say David was red. No, there's only one word in the Hebrew tongue in the Bible for the word red. That's why the scriptures make the comparison to a hairy garment. Because during that time, they used the blood of a specific insect that gave off a reddish hue. That's why the Most High gave us this example, letting us know it would be the so-called white man. When you slap him, when don't season your food right, what color does he become? When he get locked up for shooting up a supermarket, what color does he become? When his mother is mad because none of the people in the house want to eat the food because she don't add no seasoning, what color does she become? Red. Read.
And they called his name Esau.
They called his name Esau. So right here we're seeing the beginning of the so-called white man. His name was Esau, right? Let's skip to chapter 27. I want you to start from verse 39.
Chapter 27, verse 39?
Yes, when the children grow up. So we see he's here. But let's see something else that's in his spirit. Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee. And
you had Genesis 27?
Genesis 27 and verse 29?
No, 38. No, 39.
39, Salaki, my
39.
bad. Verse 39.
Sure, you almost gave Esau the blessing. Read.
Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
So when we see the so-called white men, where do they live? They live on the best. South Beach, Calabasas. They live the best places. They even going to Poconos. They going to space now.
Not Pompano, right? The Poconos, right?
Poconos. They live in the best places, but for some reason they still have time to go to your neighborhood and put drugs through there. Even though they live in the best places. Read.
Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword.
And by the what?
And by thy sword.
And by the sword
shalt thou live.
So this is what we saw. He lived by the sword. How did he get America? By the sword. How was it keep gunning you down while you're rolling dice in front of the supermarket? By the sword. This is what we see.
Con.
That it's in his spirit. This is his blessing. Read.
Con. And shalt serve thy brother.
And he should what?
And shalt serve thy brother.
And this is the reason why he's mad. Because the blessing was taken from him and given to Jacob. And he knows things are going to have to flip.
Mm-hmm.
He that lead into captivity
shall go into
shall
captivity.
go to captivity.
That's right.
Well, Luke says, woe to you that laugh, for ye shall weep.
Mm.
They know that these things are to come. Esau's not dumb. Just because you see the average Budweiser Joe Edomite that get drunk, say he's an ex-military on the highway, don't confuse his stupidity for the higher-ups.
Con.
Because they know who we are. They have the records.
Bring that out.
Read.
Con. Oh, Salakia. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
That they're gonna lose that rulership. But we see right here. Well, actually, continue. Matter of fact, continue. There's a little bit more.
And Esau hated Jacob.
He did what?
He hated Jacob.
He hated who?
Jacob.
He hated Jacob. Read.
Because of the blessing.
Because of the what?
Because of the blessing.
Because they know we're the most beautiful people. We're the most talented people. Even they keep us at a lower state, just like Tulsa. I believe it was called Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street. Con.
Right, we prosper as a people, no matter what type of conditions they put us in. Read.
Con. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Then will you do what?
Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
So it's in his spirit, and he's programmed to want to go slay Jacob, to oppress Jacob, because that's in his spirit. And that followed on to his children, who we see, like this devil who shot up those people at a supermarket. That it followed. We're the only people that's trying to fix something that the Most High said is evil and crooked. We're the only people that's trying to fix it. Let me get one more scripture. I know you want to say something, Cap. I smell the fire heating up. Let's get Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. We're the only people that think we could fix what the Most High already programmed.
Bring it out.
You cannot fix what the Most High already programmed. You can't. If our people spent so much time, so much energy in this mentality on ourselves, there wouldn't be so much baby mamas, baby daddies, single parent household. There wouldn't be none of this. If the same patience and long suffering we have for the white man, we had towards one another. There wouldn't be, that was my ark, but I gotta keep my distance in the truth. There wouldn't be that. That's my sister, but she wear the same head wrap that I wear on the Shabbat that I thought I was gonna wear, but I didn't wear.
So now we got a problem.
Now we got beef. We wouldn't have that issue in the truth if we carry that same energy we have towards the white man with one another. That long-suffering mercy that we're trying to have with these devils. Read.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 13. Consider the work of the Most High.
Look at it. Look at his works. Look at it. Read.
For who can make that straight?
Who can make what?
Who can make that straight?
Who can fix, read?
Which he hath made crooked.
The Most High made him crooked. The Most High made him that way. And let me tell you something. The white man wants to be nice. Sometimes he wants to be nice. Sometimes he wants to be invited to the parties. He wants to go to brunch with us. He wants to pop the bottles.
He
wants
to
be able to stick and juke and bop and slide.
They want to swag surf.
Right. They want to, swag and surf. They want to do that. They want to. But Daniel 12 and 10. They just don't understand why they're so evil. Right. It is in them to continue doing evil. As much as they want to, they can't, because the Most High made them that way.
That's right.
It's like a shark. You can't make a shark vegetarian. He's programmed to go eat, devour, and kill.
That's right.
That's your neighborhood terrorist, the white man. He was created to devour, man. So why are we trying to fix him, Israel?
Precept.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight.
It can't be made straight. You can't put cornstarch? Spray cornstarch on him and iron him. You can't make him straight.
It's not happening. It's not happening. Go ahead. That which is wanting cannot be numbered.
It can't. It's not going to work. It's not. Just like Israel, the Most High made us to be a people of love. He made them to be a people of hate. No matter how much we want to go ride out and ambitions as a rider like Tupac, we just can't, because we're people of love.
Right.
We just want to love everything and everyone but ourselves.
But ourselves. That's the key.
Yeah, right.
That's the key.
You got that Daniel 12? Get Daniel 12 and 10. Because I actually want to read the article, too. I got to read this article from Buffalo. We talking about it, but I got to read the article. I don't want to precept it up too much.
Con.
You feel me?
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white.
That's us, reading.
And tried.
And do what?
And tried.
And the Most High is trying us. What, reading?
But the wicked.
But the who?
But the wicked.
But the what?
But the wicked.
Even our people as well, reading.
Shall do wickedly.
They're going to do evil. They're going to be wicked, reading.
And none of the wicked shall understand.
And they're not going to understand why they're doing it. They're not going to understand. They, like I said, sometimes the white man can be nice.
Of course, yeah, they egg.
You know, he'll go hunt the gator all the way from Tallahassee, come down here, want to grill it and invite you.
And invite you over, God.
And tell you, drink everything you want to drink. Matter of fact, have my wife, because, they're crooked. They'll want you to have their wife, too. We're not going to accept.
Yeah.
But he tries to be hospitable.
Right.
But he's still an evil devil.
Even his hospitality is wicked.
Yes. He's still evil.
It's ingrained in him.
You at the barbecue. What is this? It's squirrel.
Right.
This is mayonnaise? No, it's possum. They just can't help themselves, man. But that's how the Most High made them. He made them like that. And since we understand this should provoke us to love one another. All the love we keep giving them, let's take it back. We made a bad investment in loving this devil. You might as well invest your love in Habibi and Kajib, the East Indian and the Arab. We keep loving the white man so much. We got to take that love back, take all the love that we love for these nations, and love one another.
It's like our brother, powerful Captain Tazamar from Sakari. I think he got the clothing line that says "Love yours." That's real. We got to love ours. We can't be loving everybody else. Let's love ourselves, right? Let's exalt one another, as the scriptures say. Let's protect one another, right? Let's stop hating on one another. Let's stop hating our women. Let our women stop hating on the men, right? Let's take care of our children. Let's be a nation again. Let's let that beauty and that love and everything that comes with being an Israelite, let's exalt that, right? Because that's what the scriptures say. Let's be one again like we're supposed to, right? Because guess what? This world can't make it without us. It was made for us. So let's love us and everybody always talking about, let's make this great again. Let's make that great. Let's make Israel great again. Let's do that, right? We don't have time to be loving everybody else. We don't have time to be looking out for everybody else or talking about equality and all this other stuff.
That's right.
We need to love each other and focus on each other. There's a lot of healing that has to be done within our own nation.
The healing of the nation.
That's right.
Revelations 5:5.
Let me get that.
No, that's not Revelations 5:5. I'm just scoffing.
Oh, you are.
There's a Benjamin brother in the old LOZ video that was doing that.
Oh,
that's right. Revelations 5:5.
That's important. We got to heal ourselves. We can't be worried about everybody else. Everybody always want to heal the world and heal the planet. No, let's heal our people. Let's heal our nation and become a nation again. Stop hating each other, right? Starting from the husband and the wife. And then let's start raising healthy children in love, in the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Valuing one another, valuing our neighbor, our brother and our sister. We got to start there. Once we start there, then you're going to see this whole system fall.
Mm-hmm. Start rejecting the ways of the white man.
Yeah.
Because some of us, we try to carry little concepts from the white man, or the way we think, the way we eat, the way we dress, our marriages, everything from the white man. The longer you hold their mindset, their ideas, their ideologies, that means there's still something in you that love them still.
Exactly.
Because if you hate something, you're not going to want to mingle with it.
Right.
You're not going to want to deal with it. You're not going to want to talk with it.
Bring it out, Cap.
You're not.
That's a fact.
You feel me? Some of our people still have some type of love in them about the so-called white man.
Right. And honestly, I don't understand how or why. I know a lot of times we're confused. A lot of our people are confused because, society really has a stronghold on our people. Our people don't have faith in our own people, right? In the nation of Israel. A lot of people feel like they quicker to love the other nations before they love our own people, right? They find strength in loving somebody else. They find it to be a negative thing or a weak thing to love yourself or to love your culture. But the worst thing about it is we don't even know what our real culture is. We do because the Most High woke us up, but the majority of our people don't have a clue. And that's why we be out on the streets trying to wake our people up, right? So, yeah, man, we gotta make that change first. That's the starting point right there. That's the starting point. Once we get that going, then you'll actually start to see a change. I say it all the time. You know, the nation of Israel it won't be us sitting at the table. It won't be us that's in the congregation at this moment. It's going to be our offspring. I really think that's going to be the catalyst of Yahushua coming back. That's what it's going to be. And that's why I'm talking about this healing. That's why I'm talking about, you know, black men and black women, so-called black women, Israelite men and women getting back together, healing each other, loving one another, you know, building strong families, raising children that are brought up in the law, statutes, and commandments. It's not going to be this generation. It's going to be the next generation or the next few generations that come up keeping the commandments, that won't know sin, that won't know Christmas, Thanksgiving, you know, Valentine's Day, and all of those other wicked holidays. All they're going to know is Passover, Shabbat, you know, New Moon, Tabernacles. That's all they're going to know, and they're going to love it. They won't know that sin. That's what's going to usher in Yahushua coming back. But we have to start it by having those children. We have to build these families. Nobody else is going to do it. Esau's trying everything he can to destroy us, right? He got the black woman hating the black man and the black man hating the black woman. That's the beginning of the destruction right there. So let's fix that, right? If we're going to have a shot at doing this, we got to fix each other and start to love each other. Let all that stuff that Esau got in our minds, women chasing the bag, men chasing all these different women, and let's chase each other. Let's get together and chase the Most High. That's what we got to do. Chase these law, statutes, and commandments. Let's chase righteousness. That's going to be the beginning. That's the catalyst, right?
You know, and I just wanted to add on a little bit to that, little sprinkles on the ice cream. We got to provoke to Most High to want to come and save us. When we acting like matter of fact, we surpass Class S, platinum level demons and niggas.
Platinum level?
We show the Most High we deserve the position that we're in. When we at the new moons, when we actually love each other, because a lot of times you have brothers that go screaming, yell at our people on the weekend, but the same thing that you're saying, you're not practicing.
That's right. You
feel me? Love your brother, forgive your brother, love your sister, forgive your sister, and etc. But you are not practicing that. That's showing the Most High God you are comfortable with being an award-winning nigga in America. But when you're loving your wife, loving your brother, you know, you're provoking each other onto love, you're going to make the Most High like, yo, why did I do this? Why did I put them in slavery? Yo, I wish I get down there and put these devils in chains. You got to provoke the Most High to want to get us out of this position. You know, so I wanted to read that article before we get some closing, before we play some more tracks, matter of fact, before we close out.
I think I had that queued up. Okay, I have the CNN article. It says online post reveals suspected. Now I don't know why they had to say suspected, right? They caught the dude with the gun in his hand and the GoPro and all this.
They might as well say allegedly.
Or alleged, right? But that's how wicked Esau is. So online posts reveal suspected gunman spent months planning racist attack at Buffalo supermarket. It says social media post by the 18-year-old white man suspected of shooting and killing 10 people at a Buffalo supermarket Saturday reveal he had been planning his attack for months.
And the law said if he presumptuously, right?
Here we go again.
Deliberately.
Alleged gunman. Alleged.
Like we didn't see him on his Twitch. Nigger while he's shooting our people down, right?
Alleged. This is the man. Alleged gunman Peyton S. Gendron of Conklin, New York, posted that he selected a particular zip code in Buffalo because it had the highest percentage of a black population close enough to where he lived. Mm-hmm. Police and other officials have described the mass shooting as a hate crime. In his post initially written on the chat app Discord and shared on online forum 4chan, the suspect said he visited the Tops Friendly Markets store 3 times on March 8th to survey the layout, as well as at the time of the day when there were the most customers. He planned his attack for mid-March. The post says he postponed it several times. Of the 13 people shot, authorities say 11 were black. The alleged gunman was taken into custody in the immediate aftermath and is under suicide watch after pleading not guilty to a first-degree murder charge, according to authorities. The 10 people killed range in age from 32 to 86. Police said among them a former police officer who tried to stop the gunman and a number of people doing their regular grocery shopping. Here are the latest developments. Hold on, I think that's.
Let's get it.
What is this?
So far,
saying?
all the scriptures we brought out is true about this.
Everything.
Uncooked seasoned devil.
Presidential visit in Buffalo on Tuesday. President Sleepy Joe Biden called the shooting domestic terrorism. Violence inflicted in the service of hate and the vicious thirst for power that defines one group of people being inherently inferior to any other group. He said that people need to say as clearly and as forcefully as we can that the ideology of white supremacy has no place in America.
So why is the KKK still around?
Right.
Why are they still around?
Right.
Saying niggers, Negroes, and all this nonsense.
Why are they not listed as domestic terrorists?
Why aren't they arrested yet?
Right. Right. Why they rounded up Young Thug and 28 other broke black men, right? and women
on
right?
RICO.
On RICO charges, right? This little small group of people, but the KKK been killing, burning, murdering, raping, and robbing people for years and years and years and years and years, and it's not even a secret. But no charge. I ain't seen no RICO cases against the KKK, right? So continuing on, it says suspect visits supermarket the day before attack. Gendron was at the top store on Friday, the day before the shooting, doing reconnaissance.
Doing what?
Reconnaissance. Police Commissioner Joseph Gramaglia said he was also in the city early March. Gramaglia said, Slakia. Manager says he told Gendron to leave. An operations manager at the market told ABC News that she saw him at the store on Friday evening and told him to leave because it looked like he was bothering customers. Gendron sitting on a bench outside of the store wearing the camouflage he would wear Saturday, left without an argument. Chanel Harris Teague told ABC. Teague's brother, the Reverend Tim Newkirk, told the Buffalo News that Gendron was posing as a beggar, and Teague told him he couldn't panhandle there. Attack will have continued elsewhere had suspect not been stopped. The suspect had other target locations down the street, Erie County Sheriff John Garcia said. Authorities found another rifle and a shotgun in his vehicle, said Garcia, who credited the quick arrival of 2 police officers with preventing other attacks. Writing seen on suspect's firearm. CNN has obtained a photo of 2 of the firearms inside the alleged gunman's vehicle that were not used in the shooting. Writing is seen on the weapons, including the phrase "White Lives Matter," as well as what appears to be the name of a victim of a crime committed by a black suspect.
So he said white lives matter.
White Lives Matter.
Listen, to dogs in their mind, before they get put down in the vet, their lives probably matter.
Right.
That Passover lamb, before we slayed him, he probably thought his life mattered. Let's see whose blood the Most High really care about.
Right.
Before you continue, I just want to get this scripture. I was dying to use this today.
God.
The book of Psalms, chapter 116, verse 15 in the NLT. Yahweh cares deeply when his loved ones die. So the Most High care, man. He see this, and it doesn't make the Most High happy to see his chosen being slayed and gunned down like this, man.
God.
But the Most High, and nowhere in the scriptures is the Most High feel bad when the nations get put to death when they do their evil, because they can't help it to do but do evil. Go ahead.
Khan. Video shows gunman apologizing, sparing one person's life. Video obtained by CNN and filmed during the shooting shows the gunman turning his weapon on a man who is curled up on the ground near what looks like a checkout lane. The man shouts, "No," and the shooter then says, "Sorry," turns and walks away. The video ends at this point and it's unknown what happened next. It is not clear why the man was apparently spared or why the gunman apologized. The reason, and we've seen the video, the reason why he apologized and spared the guy was because he was an Edomite. It was another Edomite.
We could have been in on it.
He could have been in. You know what? That's a fact right there. He could have easily been in on it.
Probably got their heads up.
Con.
When say that he was there the day before, he probably told him like white power or something like that.
Right.
And he caught the signal.
Right. Esau, the original of the gang, the originator of the gang signs. Right. We can twist our fingers all we want.
So that's it of the article.
There's a lot more. This is a long.
It's all right. We don't give our people the update on the next Bring It Out show. But before we continue, let's spin out some tracks.
Listen, I got my arm in the air, clutch tight fist. Yeah, you could quam, but can you quam like this? I got my arm in the air, clutch tight fist. Yeah, you could quam, but can you quam like this? I got my arm in the air, clutch tight fist. Yeah, you could quam, but can you quam like this? I got my arm in the air, clutch tight fist. Yeah, you could quam, but can you quam like this? I got my arm in the air, clutch tight fist. Yeah, you could quam, but can you quam like this? Yeah, you can move, but can you move like this? I might dance out my clothes like David. If you got negativity, just save it. It's time we get them blessings now. We came off slave ships, it's time to rise now. Ain't no one we blaming. If you love willful sin, them the ones we shaming. It's high time to wake out of sleep before the game in. A-team, a higher squad, that's what I'm banging. Get up out your seat, it's time to quam, ain't it? I want my name in the book of lambs, now that's famous. I got my arm in the air, clutch tight fist. Yeah, you could quam, but can you quam like this? I got my arm in the air, clutch tight fist. Yeah, you could quam, but can you quam like this? I got my this, I got my this, I got
get your Bible, bring it out. Find a corner, get a mic, yeah. Tell the pastor that I'm coming, Nah, we don't take no L's. Nah, we don't take no L's. With that lack of faith, you gotta miss it. Yeshua shed his blood, he got the victory. So it's okay to yell. We don't take no L's. Nah, we don't take no L's. Satan is a liar and defeated. He defeated. Yeshua is the king, he undefeated. For your life, he paid the wage. Car crash and you walk away unscathed. You better give Yeshua all the praise. He gave his life, he paved the way. Yeah, I know the road is narrow, it's okay. Let me give you all the facts, y'all. The broad is for the woe, and I ain't talking about no black rob. I'm just saying that for clarity. Your neighbor needs your charity. Since you talking all that black love, if you listen, I just hope you get the message. And I ain't talking about no back rub. Ain't nothing wrong with getting money, but there's a righteous way to do it. Brothers be so worried about the bag, they end up being Judas. A couple dollars make them ruthless, then they burn the money on the trees. So it's no wonder why they fruitless. I'm ready for the battle, let's do this. You ain't worried how defeat smell. Nah, we don't take no L's. Nah, we don't take no L's. With that lack of faith, you gotta miss it. Yeshua shed his blood, he got the victory. So it's okay to yell. We don't take no L's. Nah, we don't take no L's. When you down, count it as a win. Every frown, count it as a grin. You see the sinners in the best stuff, but they dying in the flesh, bro. They dead. While your spirit in the Tesla cruise. When you see him on the gram, sis, you know they lying, they ain't honest. They only measure worth by the follows. You deserve a blue check if you're modest. Head tie, long skirt, that's a bat. With the head necklace, that's a rap. Our women look the best when they do it. So be careful when you online cruising. These Jezebels will make you pop eyes. You end up being Judas.
Gorilla Boy got that heat.
In times. Once again, we are the voice in the wilderness. Cry loud, spare not. Gorilla Boy, let's get him.
You can have that flesh. I'm good with this manner. I examine myself. I can do better. And we strive for perfection. We cannot settle. Seeking the kingdom of heaven, storing up treasure. We trying to make the kingdom, that's it. Messiah's coming, endure to the end. Got my bag packed and I'm out. Lot's wife never look back. It's time to go where you at. The wilderness, y'all ready? I don't even know where we headed. Trust the Most High, I'm good with this manner. the bread of life, solid rock, foundation, I'm thankful. He woke us up when he was at the door, we was in the world, that was time wasted, salvation. We escaped off the plantation, spare not, don't paraphrase it, ain't ashamed of it, ain't scared to say it, let's go. You can keep that flesh, I'm good with this manner. Had to examine myself, I can do better. In times, we cannot settle. Seeking the kingdom of heaven, storing up treasure. You can keep that flesh, I'm good with this manner. Had to examine myself, I can do better. New Jerusalem is the goal, we cannot settle. Seeking the kingdom of heaven. This for the chosen ones, I pray you overcome. They say it's many ways to the Father, it's only one. Yash, should we stay, should we flee? I just pray the Father put us where he need us to be.
We got this new thing called classism. It's racism's cousin. This is what we do to hold people back. This is what we do. And we got this other thing that's also been working for a long time. You don't have to be racist anymore. It's called self-hate. It works on itself. It's like real estate of racism. Where just like that, someone comes up and says something like, I am God. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A God.
We are gods. We are gods. Young Zion is rising. They don't want us to do what they shun in the movement, cause they know we hold positions as judges and rulers. Every nation lies to us, all of them do it. Who don't like that? I know I'm a Jew. All of them Jewish, it ain't they fault, it's what they taught. Trust me, all of them clueless. Hairy like a bear's foot, no soul, barefoot. My shades dark and my tassels long. Is there a problem? Don't you dare look with that dear look. You never seen a God speaking with authority in the streets formally. I divorced the game, but this dame keep calling me. Everywhere I go, she pop up. I think she's stalking me. Good thing Yeshaya by my side, and he walk with me. Conversations with angels, celestial beings. Ain't no rapture gonna take you. What scriptures you reading? You've been led astray, following leaders. They leading us wrong. We princes in heaven. You ain't never reading Psalms. We are gods. We are gods. We are gods. My brother's a king, and my father is God. So when I say I'm a Jew, you know they look at me odd. All the Jewish people that's passing, they got their eyes on my tassels. They got questions, won't ask them, cause they afraid of the answers. Much like most of these pastors, they just talk what they taught. They don't give second thought, cause they not reading these scriptures. They just quoting the passage, and if you ask for the verse, they probably don't know the chapter. That mean they ain't even focused. How you don't know the chapter, man? Come on down from that pulpit, cause all you teaching is lies. How you leading the blind when you living in darkness? How you healing the sick when you need a doctor? Look at all the least creflos sitting in front of they dollars. Yeah, we know that you frontin', cause what you want is an Oscar. Acting like a messenger, messing with the words of God. That's Joan of Arc. Everybody wanna be us, cause we are gods.
Hallelujah, it's the Bring It Out show. It's your captain, I'm Juan Baloya. I got the captain of captains on the audio set, Captain Shamshuan. And I got the powerful DJ, the Warhammer himself on the spin board, Brother Baruch. And captain of 100 slaves, Captain Zamar Bunya Howard. So closing statements, you know. The white man's still the devil.
The white man is the devil.
He's the devil. And Yahushua is going to be the one to put chains and domesticate this devil. What about you, Cap?
You know, I mean, you kind of put the nail in the coffin with that statement. The white man is the devil. You know, like the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. Love thyself. Love thy neighbor. Love your people. You know, keep your head on the swivel. Be circumspect. Keep these law, statutes, and commandments. Right? And, you know, like the scriptures say, I hate them with a perfect hatred. Right? So we gotta move accordingly, and we gotta care for one another, love one another, and protect ourselves against these other nations, like Psalms 83:1 says. their Confederate missiles, right? And like the song playing in the background says, hunting season is drawing near.
It's coming.
Right?
We working out in LOC. That's right.
One
We
day
getting right.
One day we're gonna get promoted from a fisherman to a hunter trying to make a killing. That's a while right there. Y'all, that's coming soon.
We are
That's
gonna
coming soon.
hunt them. We are gonna hunt
So
them.
Thawada
We
family,
are
like,
gonna
share, and
hunt
subscribe.
them.
All
And
donations
you
and
know
ties to
we
$sign
ready to
DLOC on
confront
Cash App.
them. We are
Shalom.
gonna hunt them. Hunting season. Behold, he gon' send for many fishers. We gon' step out in that water, we gon' fish them. Low, after that he sending many hunters. Whoa, we gon' eat them up like Benny Hunters. We gon' hunt them. Anybody don't wanna serve us, we don't want them.
Hunting season is drawing near. Israel, put your hands in the air. Hunting season is drawing near. Yasharala, put your hands in the air.
We are gon' hunt them, we are gon' hunt them. Any day now we ready to confront them. We are gon' hunt them. Hunting season. Behold, he gon' send for many fishers. We gon' step out in that water, we gon' fish them. Low, after that he sending many hunters. Whoa, we gon' eat them up like Benny Hunters. We gon' hunt them. Anybody don't wanna serve us, we don't want them. Yeah, so we gon' put the sword